Good morning, friends. It's 7:30 a.m. Now I'm super excited about this, but let me first say this is not technically a recipe. This is my childhood. This is something my mom made growing up in the 70s and 80s. So probably if you grew up in the 70s and 80s, you have seen this, heard about it, or eaten it at least once. Now I thought it was super fancy when I was a kid. I really didn't know how convenient and easy it was. Now, my mom worked full-time, my dad worked full-time, but she always managed to feed us something hot. And this was one of my favorites. And when I saw it in the store, all the memories came flooding back, and I'm like, I gotta put that in my cart. So here it is. Drum roll, please. Chicken a la king. Oh, wait, did you ever eat that when you was growing up? Okay, so my mom would make this, and she would get the little puff pastry cups. Now, I ran to the freezer when I found these at section of my supermarket. They didn't have the puff pastry cups, and I was so disappointed, but I did pick up the sheets, so I thought I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with that. So my solution was I'm going to make a chicken a la king casserole. I don't know, I mean, it's just something I'm making up off the cuff. So we're going to see what happens. We're going to do it together. I have my oven heating at 400. So I picked up 3 of these little cans of chicken a la king. This was so good when I was a kid. Now inside of here are like little pimentos, little pieces of chicken, little pieces of mushroom. I'm just going to put them right in my saucepan here. I'm just going to heat it up a little bit before I put it in the pastry dough. Now it's Friday, super busy day for us, so this is the perfect kind of thing for us to have because it's quick and it's easy. We can just heat it up when we get home. So there's that, Swanson's Chicken a la king. Here we go. I bought 3. I didn't know how many I needed. I just threw them in the cart. Now I have some, take this metal spoon out. I have some leftover chicken from the other day. I'm going to add to it. Now you could skip this part. This is just a good way for me to use up some of this chicken. So I'm just going to add some in there. You could add some extra canned chicken. Because you know when you get these canned things, there's not a whole lot of chicken in it. So just to stretch it a little bit further, I'm going to add that extra chicken in there. You can add a can of chicken, or you could add none. Now, I love those little pieces of mushrooms in there, so I want a little extra of those. So I'm just going to add some canned mushrooms also that I drained. There we go. Oh, the 70s are coming back. To the shuffle. Anyway, sorry, I should never dance. Okay, so we're going to add this right onto the stovetop. Let me get the rest of those mushrooms in there. Now they got it stirred up. Now I'm leaving my puff pastry in the fridge. I just got the box here because it needs to stay really cold till you get ready to work with it. So there's that mixture, and that chicken and those mushrooms kind of help thicken it up. Oh, it's good. Can you tell I'm excited? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll put that on the stove top there. I'm going to heat that up, and then I'm going to work with my the puff pastry as soon as that's warm, and we'll be back. So I have my chicken a la king heating up here on the stove. Now I've got one dough out here, and I've got my flour on my little rolling mat here. So I've got the one dough here I'm going to lay down, and I'm going to try to roll it out a little bit more so it's a little thinner. I left the other one in the fridge to keep cool because they say they're hard to work with once they get warm. So I've not had a lot of experience with these sheets like this. Okay. I'm just going to roll it out. Get it in the bottom of my pan here. A little bit of elbow grease. There we go. We're getting somewhere now. about the right size for my pan. Now I did spray my little baking dish here with some nonstick spray. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. We're starting to get some heat. Now see, it won't take the puff pastry long to cook, so that's why we wanted to heat up this filling. Now you could have put it right in the microwave. Why didn't I think of that? Oh well, it doesn't matter. Either a bowl in the microwave or a pan on the stove. A dish is a dish, correct? Okay. So here we go. A little lopsided, like me. A little lopsided. I think that's gonna be good. So we want it ideally to fit over the pan. There we go, because we want some side crusts. Okay, so there we go. Let me get this way so you can see what I'm doing. All right. I'm gonna press it down, press up the sides, kind of like a pie crust. Okay. So there we have our bottom, okay? All right. Take this, scoot it over. Bring over my filling. It's nice and warm. So this is a quick and simple recipe. I know, I'm sure that's why my mom made it, because like I said, she worked full time. She was tired when she got home. This was a quick and easy hot dinner for us to have, and I thought it was fancy. I thought it was delicious. I don't remember making it a lot for my kids, if I made it at all, maybe once or twice. But if you in your neighborhood have those puff pastries, bake them according to the directions. They got a little circle top you pop off, and then you pour this into that little hole. Oh, good. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this filling. Not sure if you can see me. I'll scoot the pan back here in just a second. It's gonna be so good. Okay, let me put this back out of the way. All right, so we have the filling in on that bottom crust. Now I'm going to grab the other one out of the fridge, and I'm going to roll that all out. I'm going to go so you don't have to watch me roll the second one. You saw me roll the first one. I'm going to do the same thing to the second one. So I will click off of here and I'll come right back. Maybe. Having trouble with my clicker. I'm just going to have to come manually click off my camera. Sorry, folks. Okay, I'm having trouble with my clicker. I don't know what's going on, but I'm back. I don't even know which clicker is right, so I'm sorry. I'm going to have to figure this out. So I've got this second one rolled out. I rolled it out a little bit bigger than the last one, so we can go in here and roll these sides and get a bit of a crust. So I'm going to try to grab these two sides together, pinch them, and roll them to seal them. Now the sides here are going to be the hardest. You're just going to grab the two and roll them together, kind of sealing that in there, that crust. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I'll show you there. I grabbed the top and the bottom crust and I rolled them together. This one kind of fell. Go. Got it. Got that bottom crust and that top crust, and I'm just rolling them together. Hopefully you can see that. Kind of like you would a pie crust. Go, can you see that there? So I took that bottom crust and that top crust, roll them together. Oh wait, this is gonna be the good end down here. Grab these two crusts. So listen, I'm not gonna cut that crust off. Oh, that was delicious. Just gonna grab them, roll them right down, tuck them in. See what I got going on there? Okay. Do the same to the other side. And I debated about an egg wash, but I think I'm going to skip it. I think they'll be okay. Go. All tucked in. You got that delicious filling in the center. There we go. And I think I may poke just a few little air holes here so it doesn't poof too high in the middle. Okay. Chicken a la king casserole. First time experimenting with this. We're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna throw this in the oven, 400 degrees, and we'll be back to see what it looks like. And this is not the right clicker. Ooh, we friends, look at this. It's super hot. Lift it up there for you. Oh my goodness. That was 400 degrees for 30 minutes. It's all puffed and brown and beautiful. Now listen, I know technically this is for lunch today, but I'm gonna show you what it looks like. And I'm gonna give her a taste. I forgot a fork. Here we are, a nod to the 70s, to my childhood. I'm just gonna cut a little corner here so you can see it. See how it did. No one's awake. Shh. So it's about 8:15, about 25 after, I guess. So the longest it took for this casserole was for that puff pastry to cook. That was the longest part. So super simple and easy, delicious. I hope you try it. Maybe you've had chicken a la king in the past. Look at that. Now, if you wanted to take that same filling, you could do it with biscuits, you could do it with noodles. Just a quick, just an idea here of something different to add to your cooking repertoire. Let's give it a taste. Oh my goodness. I gotta call my mom in a little bit and tell her I did this. See what she thinks. It's really hot. Mmm. Mmm. So hot. So delicious. Oh my goodness. My childhood right here in a dish. Made a little bit different than how my mom did it, but all the same great flavors of that puff pastry and that chicken a la king filling. It's no James Beard, a winning recipe. No, but it's a great weeknight family recipe that I bet your family would love. So delicious. Thanks, friends. Once again, if you're new here, like and subscribe, hang out with us. Ask my friends. We have a lot of fun. We have some great and easy recipes for you to do. Share with your family. All right, friends. Once again, goodbye and thanks for hanging out with me. Chris Country Kitchen. Bye.